This simple little tool right here is amazingly good at getting you out of a pinch in certain circumstances. So let's say we have a pipe like this, for example, that's just really jammed in there and we can't seem to get it out, or we're worried about damaging the threads on it with a pipe wrench, for example. What this can do is it can be inserted into the pipe. I'm gonna turn it counterclockwise for loosening, grab a 3/4 inch wrench, and then it'll tighten itself inside. And it's moving the whole thing before it loosens here. There we go. And now we start to see it come off. And there we go. Now I can just give this a little turn and it will pop out, and then I can unthread the stuck pipe. This is called an internal pipe wrench, and it has this little eccentric knurled knob right here that when you put it in a certain alignment, it's going to be basically in line with the rest of the tool. But then as you rotate it to another portion, then it's going to pop out quite a bit. And it's just set for a certain size pipe on the inside, in this case of a 3/4 inch diameter pipe. And it's going to use that size to grab onto the inside with these little teeth here and grab it for tightening or for loosening. You can see in action here as I tighten it this way, you can see the little teeth will start to pop out like that and grab. And now if I tighten the pipe wrench, it's going to move the fitting as well. Same thing if I loosen it up and then go in the opposite direction, it'll pretty quickly grab on that way. And now it's going to move the fitting in the counterclockwise direction with it. A common situation where this thing can be a real lifesaver is if you have damaged threads on a piece like this. This is a nipple that's all thread. It's just basically a 3/4 inch nipple that has threads on half of it going one direction, the other half going the other direction, or a closed nipple. And with this one, I can insert this to tighten it down. The option or alternative to this is to use a pipe wrench, for example. I can put this on here to tighten it, but what's going to happen as I do this is it's without a doubt going to leave some marring and some marks on the threads, which is not something we want. The more we do that, the more chance we have of messing this up permanently. And the same reason for that is why we don't want to use channel locks on something like this. Instead, an internal pipe wrench like this will make easy work of it. So I'm going to thread that in there, twist it, grab my 3/4 inch wrench, and look at that. I have all the force I need. It's actually moving this thing in the vise here because it has plenty of torque to be able to do its job. And going in the opposite direction, I'm just going to twist it around, and there we go. It loosens it right up. And then I can pop that out. And once again, just like before, just a little twist in the opposite direction that you were going, and it will pop right out. And now this is loose and easy to work with. Now these are really inexpensive. You can actually pick these up at most hardware stores, Home Depot, Lowe's and others, Ace Hardware, Menards. So these don't cost very much. You can get kind of a generic or knockoff brand, like this is a Husky brand, for example, and this was I think maybe $12 for the set. I'll put links in the description below if you want to check some of these out. You can actually get these for even less on Amazon, usually about half that price. I've seen them starting at $6 or $7. Just in case you're not familiar, YouTube has a pretty cool new shopping feature down here in the lower left corner where you can either click or tap on the little icon down there and it will take you to all the products I'm using in this video. So I will link to the set that you can get from these at Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can get right to it there. From there you can add it to your cart and you can actually pick it up in store that way, or you can just have it delivered to your home, whichever you prefer. Now if you want to learn a little bit more about some mistakes that DIYers make with plumbing, then there's a lot to learn about this little roll of Teflon tape. Check out my video on 6 mistakes DIYers make using Teflon tape right over here. I'm Nils with Learn to DIY. Thanks for watching.